Good afternoon. I'm Trevor Burns, here with Roger and Paul from 6 Mile Creek Vineyard in Ithaca, New York. We do have a couple of questions prepared for you guys, but honestly this is going to be sort of an open forum, talking about your experience in the viticulture arena and sort of what got you into the vine growing and the grape growing department as well. So we'll start it off with, I guess, could you talk to us a little bit about your history with the industry and what got you into it? Sort of what was the catch?
The catch? A home winemaker who got more and more deeply involved and finally evolved into this. And a whole set of circumstances that, along with it, this land, we lived in a house next door since the mid-60s, and this parcel of land, which is about 25 acres, suddenly came for sale in the early 80s. We bought it and decided, well, next one, what will we do with it? It's not an ideal site for growing grapes. Now, you ought to know that. You want to have a course of viticulture. That's right.
Gets a little chilly.
So, but we persevered and we managed. It's a cold climate site, but you can adapt to it. If, they're not terribly concerned about labor costs.
I guess, Paul, what's your experience?
Well, I'm an environmental biologist by training, 25 years at Boyce Thompson Institute for Plant Research before I landed here full-time. So working with all sorts of plants in their natural environment and looking at the effects of ozone and acid rain and various air pollutants. The vineyard manager at the time wanted me to come out and help him diagnose some disease issues here, and asked if I did. That was Bill Retzlaff. He's laughing. He was a very good guy. And he also happened to work at Boyce Thompson Institute, and pretty soon it was harvest season. He said, hey, would you want to run the crusher destemmer? And I have an affliction. I can't say no. And I said yes. And then before you know it, I started helping him with winemaking, and 22 years
The rest
later,
is history.
That's my history. Yeah. And I'm sticking to it.
I see. All right, I do have to jump on this one. What type of diseases are you guys most commonly coming across here? Say the phylloxera problem, a downy mildew, powdery.
Why would you suggest phylloxera?
Well, I
hear
time.
Do you know of any vineyards in this area that have that problem?
Not that I know of.
No.
No, you wouldn't expect to find it here.
It better not be here. We'd be in big trouble. We'd be noteworthy for a very bad reason.
That went wrong.
There you go.
Right.
We'll edit that part out.
Yeah. But the mildews, right? A lot of the plant diseases associated with a humid climate, and grapes in particular seem to be more or less susceptible to the mildews. Downy and powdery. There's black rot. There's botrytis, bunch rot. There's sour rot. So these diseases that are promulgated by humid environments are a problem, and those are the things that we try and control for the most. There are other things, but mostly it's those.
And isn't there a way to also make like botanized wine too?
Oh, Roger will tell you about that. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, there is.
Yes.
And there's certain varieties that have tight clusters. At the end of the season, you get a mold